Hello everyone. Okay, I hope we're all well and happy. What I'm going to do in today's session is have a look at the next bit of work. So last week when we all met up in class, we were talking about democracy and what is democracy. And if you remember, we had that quote from Abraham Lincoln expressing what he thought it was. What we need to do in today's session is define what is meant by democracy, and we need to know the different types. This all relates to the exam specification section 1.1. I'm doing all of it apart from the bit about reforming democracy. Oh, the light's gone down. Okay, so the first bit I want you to do is like a table thing in your work booklet called What are the Different Types of Democracy, and you have to define what is democracy, what is a pluralistic democracy, what is meant by representative democracy, what is meant by direct democracy. There's a bit in there about legitimacy as well. The best book to use to get this information from is the Lynch textbook. That's got all those terms defined in the chapter on the democracy and participation section of Teams. The Excel book has got some of them in as well in that chapter, and so too has the Jenkins book. The Jenkins book's quite good on different forms of direct democracy. So use a combination of those books, and as I said, I think I would use the Lynch book mainly to get those definitions. Once you've done that, you then need to do some work on the two different types, representative democracy and direct democracy. And what you need to know are some of the advantages of both types and some of the disadvantages of both types. You know, some of the strengths, some of the weaknesses. And for this, what I have done, I've actually made a sheet which I'll send out on an email with some of those arguments on. What you've got to do, because teachers being teachers, we don't make life simple for you. What you need to do is decide which of the points are advantages, which of the points are disadvantages. One or two of them are a little bit ambiguous. In other words, there's an argument to put it into either side, which is fine as long as you can justify where you put a point at an advantage or put a point at a disadvantage. Then that is perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong absolute for some of them. Again, you might want to use the two textbooks or the three textbooks to help you do that, to have a read about what they say with the advantages and disadvantages in order to help you do that. So that is the next bit of work on that. And what we'll do when we meet up, we'll go through together that like Venn diagram about what are the similarities and what the differences between the two different types. Okay, I hope that's okay with you. Well, it's tough, that's what you're going to be doing anyway. And that should be the next bit of work which you need to complete.